At the beginning of the story, we see a prince living in a huge palace. He was very proud of his wealth and his handsome face. Because of his arrogance, he always looked down on other people. The prince was so spoiled that he allowed only beautiful girls to enter his palace. One night, during a grand party, the prince was dancing with many beautiful girls inside the palace. Suddenly, a strong storm started outside. To escape the heavy rain, a poor old woman came to the palace and asked for shelter. She offered the prince a simple rose as a gift, but the prince looked at her ugly face and laughed at her. He threw the rose on the ground and insulted her. The old woman tried to explain that true beauty is not on the face, but in the heart. However, the prince ignored her words and continued to insult her in front of everyone. Seeing his cruel behavior, the old woman revealed her true identity. She suddenly transformed into a beautiful enchantress. In reality, she was a powerful sorceress who had come to test the prince's heart. Now the prince realized his mistake and fell on his knees, begging for forgiveness. But it was too late. The enchantress became angry and used her magic to curse the prince. She turned him into a terrifying beast. She also erased the prince and the palace from the memories of everyone who knew him. The rose she had given him was actually a magical rose. The enchantress told the beast that the curse would only be broken if he learned to love someone and that person loved him back before the last petal of the rose fell. If the last petal fell before that happened, he would remain a beast forever. Years passed, and no one ever came near the palace because everyone had forgotten about it. Meanwhile, in a nearby village, there lived a girl named Belle. Belle loved reading books and learning new things. Her father was an inventor, and he loved his daughter very much. In the same village lived a man named Gaston. Gaston wanted to marry Belle, but Belle did not like him because he was arrogant and selfish. One day, Belle's father was traveling through the forest on his way to the city. Unfortunately, he lost his way. While trying to find another path, he suddenly heard strange noises in the forest. When he looked behind him, he saw a group of dangerous wolves chasing him. Terrified, he quickly drove his horse carriage away. Finally reached a mysterious palace. The palace was the same cursed palace where the beast lived. Belle's father entered the palace. He was surprised because no one seemed to live there. However, there was a warm fire burning and a table full of food, as if someone was about to eat. Hungry and tired, Belle's father sat down and started eating. Suddenly something strange happened. A cup on the table moved closer to him and started talking. Shocked and terrified, Belle's father ran outside. Soon noticed beautiful white roses in the garden. Remembering that Belle loved flowers, he picked one rose for her. As soon as he picked the rose, the beast appeared. The beast became furious because Belle's father had stolen a rose from his garden. As punishment, he imprisoned Belle's father in the palace. Meanwhile, the horse ran back to Belle's house alone. Belle saw the horse without her father. She immediately knew something was wrong. So Belle rode the horse into the forest to search for him. The horse led her to the mysterious palace where her father was imprisoned. ***. The enchanted candle stand and the clock believe that Belle might be the girl who can break the curse. So they tell the beast that he should try to get closer to Belle and impress her. They suggest that he should invite her to dinner and try to win her heart. Hearing this, the beast becomes very angry. He shouts at them and says, "Have you both gone mad? Do you really expect me to invite a thief's daughter to dinner and sit with her at the same table?" But the enchanted servants remind him that the curse happened because of his cruel behavior in the past. If he had kindly accepted the rose from the old woman, none of them would have been suffering like this today. Finally, the beast agrees. He goes to Belle's room and knocks on the door. In a rough voice, he says, "Will you join me for dinner? And don't think of this as a request." Belle immediately refuses. She says, "Are you crazy? First you imprisoned my father, then you locked me here, and now you want me to have dinner with you. That will never happen." The beast becomes furious and bangs loudly on the door. He shouts, "No matter what happens, you will come to dinner." But Belle replies bravely, "I would rather starve than eat with you." Beast gets even angrier and says, "Fine, then you will starve. No one will give her any food." After saying this, he storms away. The enchanted objects become very sad because they feel that their chance to break the curse has been lost. Later, the beast goes to the magical rose. Many of its petals have already fallen. Only a few petals remain. When the last petal falls, the beast and all the enchanted servants in the castle will disappear forever. Meanwhile, Belle's father returns to the village. He tells everyone that his daughter is in danger and that a terrible beast has imprisoned her in a castle near the forest. But the villagers laugh at him and do not believe his story. Gaston, who wants to marry Belle, pretends to believe him in order to impress him. He says that he will help rescue Belle. So Gaston and his friend go with Belle's father into the forest. But in the darkness of the night, Belle's father cannot find the path to the castle anymore. Gaston becomes angry and says, "You've wasted my time. There is no beast." Then he reveals his real intention and says that he wants to marry Belle. But Belle's father refuses. In anger, Gaston punches him, ties him to a tree, and leaves him there to die in the forest where wolves live. The next morning, a woman named Agath finds Belle's father tied to the tree. She frees him and saves his life. Back at the castle, Belle meets the enchanted teacup, who tells her that the beast is not truly bad and that he actually has a kind heart. The enchanted objects then secretly take Belle to another room and give her food. When the beast sees this, he quietly leaves without saying anything. Later that night, Belle discovers a mysterious room in the castle. Inside that room is the magical rose. She walks toward it and is about to touch it when the beast suddenly appears. He shouts at her angrily and says that she has no idea how important that rose is. If anything happens to it, everyone in the castle will die. Frightened by his anger, Belle runs out of the castle and rides away on a horse. The enchanted servants try to stop her, but Belle refuses to stay and rides into the forest. However, while she is traveling through the forest, a pack of wolves surrounds her. Just before the wolves attack, the beast appears and fights them to save Belle. After a fierce fight, he scares the wolves away, but he becomes badly injured. Belle sees that the beast has saved her life. Instead of leaving, she helps him stand up and brings him back to the castle on the horse. Back in the castle, the enchanted servants are very happy to see Belle return. Belle begins taking care of the beast's wounds. While treating him, she recites some poetry because she loves books and literature. To her surprise, the beast continues the poem from memory. Belle is shocked and asks if he reads poetry too. The beast replies that he doesn't read love poetry much, but he has received a good education. Later, he takes Belle to his huge library. Belle is amazed when she sees thousands of books there because in her village, she never had so many books to read. The beast tells her that the entire library now belongs to her. From that day on, Belle and the beast begin spending more time together. Their friendship slowly grows stronger. They eat together, talk, and enjoy each other's company. The enchanted servants become hopeful because they think Belle might truly fall in love with the beast. One day, the candle stand tells the beast that he should confess his love to Belle. At first, the beast is afraid because he believes Belle could never love a monster like him, but his friends encourage him to try. Meanwhile, in the village, Belle's father tells everyone that Gaston left him tied in the forest to die. However, Gaston denies everything and accuses him of lying. The villagers start believing Gaston and think that Belle's father has gone mad, so they capture him and lock him up. At the same time in the castle, Belle and the beast share a beautiful dance together. The beast tells Belle that he hasn't felt this happy in many years. Belle tells him that her father taught her how to dance. Then the beast gently asks her, "Do you miss your father?"